How's everyone? Good,
Oh, good, thank you.
good stuff. Well, I'm not sure if we've got Eli today. We may do, we may not do. If we do, that will be lovely and a blessing because hopefully it will be part 2 of his presentation. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Eli's
Here
here.
he is.
Yay! Excellent. Before we listen to Eli's presentation part 2, it'll be nice to just kind of go around and see if everyone's all right, had a good week, and then I'll say my bit and then hand over to hi Eli, nice to see you again, and then hand over to Eli. We've only got an hour, so hopefully we can keep it till up to an hour, Eli, up to 9. If we can. If not, we'll have a part 3. You know, it's good. It's all good. So we'll start with Shareva. Hi, how are you? How's your week?
My week is good. Let's see. I'm going to host a free talk at my studio. A friend of mine is a practitioner, a chiropractor, and it will be on shoulder health and longevity for aerialists. Really looking forward to this. This is her first time speaking like in front of people, so she's really wants me to keep it low key, don't advertise, fewer people the better. But I really want her to get comfortable talking because I think she has a lot of knowledge, she's able to kind of connect dots. She's a very intuitive, talented healer. So I'm hoping she drums up some business from this, and also that my friends can get some benefit from her.
Yeah, no, that's really good. The more we can impart knowledge and information with other people, the better, really, basically. So, oh yeah, good luck with that, and maybe film it so that she can use that for social media or sort of see herself and get used to that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll try. I think she might be against it this very first go.
Okay, go gentle then.
Yes, go gentle, but as she gains confidence, maybe we'll do it again, a little more formal with more people. We'll see.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Joe. That's brilliant. Hi, Disa. How are you? How's your week been?
Well, it's been okay. It's been very, very eye-opening. I've been doing some more delving into self and some bit galactic stuff as well, and all the connections are incredible. So I've been really enjoying that. All marked by toothache.
Oh no, gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but on the whole, it's been an amazing few weeks. Really good.
It's pretty good energies at the moment. I mean, there's a lot of swirling ones, but I'm seeing a lot of nice kind of, shoots, I think. Positive shoots, I would say. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Disa. Lovely to hear from you. Yeah. Eli, how's your week been? And Amanda, how are you guys?
It's been a week. It's been a month in a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes a day seems like a whole year.
Yeah. I'm still here. Very full. So very trying to keep really in, but actually being quite expansive. So I'm still trying to keep in and just hold my own energy and not dissipate it too much. But it's been good, hasn't it? It's been really productive. So yeah, really looking forward to tonight, obviously. Yeah.
Good.
Thanks.
Excellent. Well, I'm just being brief so that I can give you as much time as possible. So that's excellent. Thank you guys. Jane, how's your week been? Because you've been at the brunt of the storms, haven't you, and stuff like that?
Well, only the last lot hasn't been too bad. Not really.
Oh, okay, good.
Not really. So lots of rain, but not otherwise. We have a new venue opening in Helston. An events venue. Well, I say an events venue. They're holding an event on the 23rd of February just to talk low key, etc. as a kind of first thing. But it's a place that we used to go to. It's a farm with very old buildings and land and all sorts of stuff. So we used to go there, and then it was
What's
sold.
the name of it?
It's Craskin
Okay.
Farm. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was near. It was owned by somebody who fell out with all sorts of people, so they closed him down basically. So it was bought 2 years ago, and they've been doing it up. And so this is the first thing that they're doing in their,
Great.
you know, in their space. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll report back, you know, let us know
Will
what
do.
the vibe's like and stuff and their kind of mindset. That would be brilliant.
Oh, well, they're wide awake. So
Okay.
in Sarah's words, she's the owner. She was a feral child.
Okay, well, that's usually a good start then. Excellent.
So,
Thanks.
so we'll see.
Okay, thanks, Jane. Appreciate that. Hi, Justina. How you been? All right?
Hi. Yeah, good. Thank you. Just few lesson from the people, but turn out good. Yeah. First copycat, but it was in a good way. Thank you very much to support me in the comment. But yeah, I have message from her, and she actually said the truth that she have inspired from you, and it's fine. I don't know anything, but it was just good to give energy back.
That's nice. You know, I mean, if you know, if you influence people enough to do similar things as you, then, you know, if you're gracious enough to big them up and say, hey, you know, I really love this person's work, and, you know, that's showing that, you know, you've got that that grace basically and confidence to show that others that they can do it as well, what you're doing. You know, obviously you've got your own signature and stuff going on, your own unique flavor, but, you know, if you can influence people and bring out their creativity, then perfect, you know, because that's you sparking the light in them kind of thing as well. So good stuff. Thanks, Justina. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Hi, Pamela. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet everyone. I'm well, thank you. And yeah, just been an average busy week. Not much to say about that, except it's very warm here in the United States Southwest. And, you know, I don't know how to convert this, but it's been in the 60s.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is a lot warmer than, you know, close to 20 degrees Celsius, I guess. So very unusual for this time of year, no snow, but I have to say I like it, you know, just to be able to go outside and not freeze. So yeah, nothing exciting.
Good stuff. I mean, well, the weather is a bit balmy, you know. In the morning I kind of dress for spring because it's nice and sunny, but by the afternoon it's kind of like midwinter, and you have to wear a coat and umbrella and kind of huddle in from the rain. So that's England weather for you, though. Whereabouts in America are you?
New Mexico, northern New Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
southern Southwest. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So in the mountains, very high altitude. So normally we get a lot of snow and it's cold, but it's not like that right now.
Oh, okay. And it's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming on the call. I don't know what drew you, whether you knew Eli or you just heard about what we're doing. So it's always lovely to meet new people.
No, I know Shariva.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, a friend of Shariva's. And
Gotcha.
Also I know you through your Telegram group.
Gotcha. Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow. Wonderful. I know you. Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Pamela Verth.
We've been chatting for ages. Okay, brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, lovely to see you.
Nice to meet you too.
I like the kind of the earth in the background to kind of Star Family-esque. So that's good.
Yeah, well, it is. And I'm interested in holistic society models. I've been delving into that for a couple of years now. I've been looking off-world for models because I don't think the models here on this planet work. But I'm interested in what people are doing. So that's kind of why I'm here.
Exactly. Well said. And it's nice exploring those other models, isn't it? Because a lot of people are getting those frequencies through them and stuff from their connections to Star Family and things like that. So brilliant. Good stuff. Thank you, Pamela. Nice to see you. So we're moving on to who we got here. We've got, Robin. We'll go to Robin and then we'll go to Patricia. Is that Patricia? Yes. Right. Good. My eyesight's terrible. Sorry. Hi, Robin. Nice to see you. How's your week been? You're on mute.
Great to be here, and I was very much touched by what Eli said, because if you're involved in a number of community activities, and I seem to have started a few of them, your life can get very, very full and you're pulled in a number of different directions. And my problem is I do love this concept of vision. And there are a lot of great visions taking off at the moment. And I've just got to be careful not to get involved in too many of them, because it's so exciting, this possibility of creating the new earth. We have incarnated at this time, so we can play our part in doing that. And it's so lovely to be connected to you, Eli, and all the people here, and a lot of other people who really want to do something, really want to replace the old order. So I do have to take care of myself, and I'm not as good at that as I should be.
Well, yeah, that's the trouble with us high vibe people. We kind of tend to give, and then forget we've got to keep a bit of reserve in the tank. So, yeah, please do take it easy. And I'm really looking forward to our talk on Sunday, because I'll be bringing some new stuff from Star Family, just some salient points really to help people, move forward with things. So, looking forward to that.
That's great. And just a quick summary for the other people. This is something I started 11 years ago, which was to start a group for people who are interested in, you can call it the bigger picture of life or the spiritual side of life. And one of our most popular people is someone called Matt Bell. And he is coming on Sunday to give us the latest headlines from the extraterrestrial as to how we can navigate our way through this amazing year that has just started.
Thank you. That's brilliant. I don't need to say any more. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate you. Well, I'm going to move on. Thank you. Christine, how are you? How's your week been?
Hi, sorry I haven't got camera on.
That's
No,
right.
It's been a bit of a tough week actually, so I'm not going to say anything more.
Okay, fair dues.
All right.
Sending love, that's all.
Thank you.
And I'm here if ever you need to chat, so that's good.
Yeah, thank you for that. What was this that's happening Sunday? I missed that.
I'm doing a talk and a connection protocol with Robin in Trull Community Hall near Taunton.
Okay, lovely. Thanks.
Yeah. So I think have we got to everyone? Oh no, we've got I think we have got to everyone. Brilliant. Okay, well
no.
Who
Patricia and Barbara Jane.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh yes, I'll scroll down so I can see. Patricia, hi.
Hello.
How are you? All right.
Yeah, again, been one of those weeks, but yeah, okay, thank you. Hope everyone's okay as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so my centre's getting going. Long story short, and I know, Matt, you and I have spoken about this in previous years, it's been going on that long. I had a subsidence claim on my house and it had to be demolished and rebuilt. I have an acre plot in Essex, in just south of Billericay, and the house is in the process of getting rebuilt.
Yeah.
As a part of the process, the insurance company paid for a 1-bedroom annex for me to live in while the house gets rebuilt. So it was a double garage, but it's now a 1/2-bedroom annex. That's going to be my treatment room, or my rooms that are available. It's all done with planning. It's all good to go. And there will be 3 rooms plus a reception, beautifully decorated, all good to go. In the main house, they converted the conservatory into another bedroom for me. It's a beautiful house. I was only allowed to have the same footprint, but I was allowed to tweak it. So I've got an upstairs space, the whole of the footprint of the house, where I can have treatment rooms or teaching rooms up there.
Yeah.
Right, which they're doing for me. The conservatory as the 3rd bedroom, which is now part of the building and a proper brick built bedroom, will be the 4th of the 4 treatment rooms that I've got with the annex. So that's good to go. As soon as the house is finished, that's good to go. There's also a cabin. Now, I negotiated with the insurance. This is a lesson learned for anyone who's going through anything like the hell of 10 years of a subsidence claim. If you can save them money, they will have your hand off. And if they'd have put all my stuff in storage for 2 years, it would have cost them 36,000. I negotiated a 9 by 5 meter cabin on an existing concrete base for 18,000. So I've also got that as extra rooms to do with the project once I get back into the house. So when I move back into the main house, all of the outbuildings will be available as the centre.
That's brilliant. Will you let us know your address and the name of your, because obviously PLC will love to help you and send people your way. Because if we can get you up and running and people heal and, you know, visiting and giving life to that centre, then that's absolutely brilliant. Well done. Thank you, Pamela.
I've also taken some of my pension money and I've invested in a professional polytunnel.
Ooh, excellent.
We've also got, partway through preparation, a sacred garden with infinity symbol in it, with all of the elements represented. So there's a fire pit with recycled metal structure from industry. There's a piece of stone that comes from the north of England that's going to be the water feature in the figure of 8.
That's like a sacred space. Lovely.
Yeah. So some people are saying it will be the infinity garden. I think we'll let it name itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I read that straight away from you. Yeah, let it find its name. So absolutely.
And the name for this place is Sanctuary of Spirit.
Oh, lovely. That's really lovely. Please do put that down in the comments or let Jane know, because then we can get some people your way and some energy into that. Thank you. So who have I got left? Have I got everyone? Have I got to everyone? I think
Barbara,
so.
if she wants to speak.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Hi. Sorry, I missed you there. How are you?
It's, by the way, it's nearly 20 past. All right.
Okay,
just so you
thank
know.
you. So, hi, Barbara. Just saying hi.
Hi there. Sorry, I was
It's all right.
having a hard time unmuting. I'm good. I was late to the call. I was at a garden center nursery. I was at my happy place. But yeah, so sorry I was late to the call.
Not a problem at all. Drop in and out whenever you like. You didn't miss anything. We're just going around people and saying hi, how's your week been, sort of thing. And I was just mentioning that we've got Eli coming up from the Shine seminars just to talk about part 2 of his presentation about his project. So yeah, all good. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's been a good week. I feel like I don't know if maybe the energy has just been kind of kicked up lately, because the past 2 nights I've kind of had a hard time staying asleep. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
sorry, carry on. Yes.
But other than that, yeah, I guess, and just I've noticed a little bit of anxiety coming up kind of from out of nowhere, and so I've just kind of been like feeling my way through that, and telling myself that, you know, everything's going to be okay, stay in the present moment, and yeah, that's
exactly it. And it's very difficult, you know, because no one can tell what's going to come up, you know. Even like the best calculating models and prediction models, you know, they can only predict like a few hours, you know, potentially a day ahead. And that's like, even like with the weather forecast and stuff. So it's not easy to kind of suss out what's coming. So that's really right to stand in the now present, because that's what you can kind of control. So yeah, good on you. Thanks for coming on the call. I've also just before I hand over to Eli. I've just got a document. I don't know, Jane, if you could put that up, possibly for me, please. It's called Realm 6. Basically, Star Family said that there's kind of about 6 layers. I called it Realm 6. I don't know what they call it, but there's about 6 layers. And we're all going through that process. The process is that you're in the illusion, first of all. It's in Realm 1. You're just swimming. You don't know anything that you don't know, and you don't know to ask what you don't know. And then somewhere along the lines of experience, something traumatic happens or something changes your perception because you once believed something to be true in one way, and then something in your experience changes that view. So that's Realm 2, when you basically see the cracks. You start thinking, hang on a minute, so they're saying this, but it's not actually true in reality. And that's because your experience of it has given it what it really is, and not from what it's reported. Anyway, the third realm is basically you going, this is outrageous, that's crazy, all these pedophiles around, all these Satanists, all this crazy, crumbling, mad, crazy politicians and people who want to inject you and all this sort of stuff. And then you're kind of like, wow, so that's realm 3. Realm 4 is you're going to tell people, you're going, hey, there's a crime going on, there's worldwide crime, there's billions of people being injured, there's right? And realm 5 is like when it responds, the matrix goes, you're crazy, you're a nut job, you are, you shouldn't, what are you thinking, Alex? I love to vote, I love my red party or my blue party, I love to stick loads of chemicals and poisons and toxins in me when my doctor tells me, and you're crazy, we're going to send you into a prison because you're a dangerous person. And then realm 6 is like, you're like, what is going on? Hello? So you either like go back into the matrix and all like, you still continue to fight, and you damage your vessel, or you come to an epiphany, you come to see yourself as the last boss on the boss level. You have to face yourself. There's a big mirror there, and it's you who's been in the matrix going, no, you're bad, you're good, you're the one, you're one of those little nuggets of joules of energy creating conflict and chaos. So actually now you realize that you've got to work on yourself, because you're that little, believing in one thing, believing that's bad, believing this is good, divisive. Actually, everything is all temporary and we're all made of love. So just get over it, So basically that's realm 6, where you find your inner peace because you realize that you were part of the cog that was creating all the chaos with all the rest of them. So as soon as you come out of the matrix or the slavery mindset and you become free, you're no longer fighting anything because you're dropping all that fight. There's no need to fight because you've won. You're free. You can do your own rules to create your own reality. So that's realm 6, that choice point. Anyway, so there's the document there attached and a little sketch of the different levels for you guys. And now handing over to the wonderful Eli and Amanda. Without further ado. I think you're on mute.
So you'll have to share the screen, Matt.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Jane's the host.
For us, Jane? It says here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see that, guys?
Last week, Jane sent us an invitation, I think.
There we go. Yes.
You can see the Dragon's Return.
I can see a screen with.
Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Right. So you'll have to reply to my request, Jane. And then.
Jane, we can't hear you.
There we go. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So
can you hear Jane, Barbara?
I can hear her now. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Groovy.
Okay. So thanks for inviting us, Matt. And I'm going to have to rush through it a little bit because I haven't got much time. So there are obviously quite a few new people on the call today, and we did the bulk of our presentation is new, guys. Okay, so we're still working on it. What's happening? Just bear with me a minute. So we have a project called the Heritage Healing Trust, and the Heritage Healing Trust is it's a model for people to replicate, for us to replicate, but for people to replicate with the best chance of success for community building. And we're working with the words heritage and healing, partly because we're going into a deep phase of healing. I believe we're going into a deep phase of healing because we have been so traumatized for quite a long time. And I believe that we all need healing, and we want to create this space where people can come along and heal. And the reason we've called it the Heritage Healing Trust is because we're going to be working with Indigenous methods of farming, Indigenous crops, herbs, flora, fauna, and you can replicate it for anywhere in the world in your own environment. So it's working with Mother Nature, it's talking with and having conversations with the land, so that you're in deep reverence for your environment. It's been something that Amanda and I have worked on a lot since the 1st of May 2024. And we're getting to the stage now where we're beginning to present it to people. Matt and I and Amanda saw each other, I think, in the summer, and we did speak about it then. But since then, a lot has happened. Unfortunately for the new guys, the bulk of what the Heritage Healing Trust is we're not going to do that today.
Well, they can watch the video. We've got you recorded, so they can see the video, the wonderful last as well.
Perfect. So basically it's about creating a repository. We're basically bringing back the Sophianic codes. That's what we're doing. We're going back into working with Mother Nature on a very intimate level, really. So it's about us just being on the land. It's about us working with non-matrix methodologies, with indigenous rare breed animals. And we're also going to be concentrating on perennial, self-seeding, self-fertilizing, self-watering plants, and self-seeding, self-fertilizing, self-watering methods of growing. So it'll be regenerative, and it will be to do with working with the soil. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you the property that we have found. Now, Amanda and I have seen many, many properties. We have a profile, which I'll show you in a minute, that we did mention last week. And what we're trying to do is we belong to quite a few different groups that are creating communities. And we are really trying to open up the conversation about it being holistic. And I do mean truly holistic, and actually creating a space which has the highest chance of success. Lots of projects that we are looking at the moment, they're to do with food sovereignty, and they're to do with growing, and they're to do with animals, but they're actually there's no real and we are in a transitionary phase. And I'm not going to say that we want to particularly work with money, but we have come up with a very rounded model that will enable the land to produce the money that the property and the people will be able to use to move forward. So we do know of at least 2 projects which are failing because they're not bringing in enough money. And I don't want to talk about too much about money, but what we've done is we've produced a very rounded model whereby with a combination of income streams, we'll be able to self-sustain our retreat space and our healing space. So the reason I've called this the Dragon's Return is this first property is absolutely mind-blowingly special. It's in Wales, and for people who don't know about the land of Wales, it's got sacred ancient codes. It's the most indigenous. It has the most indigenous DNA of all the lands of the British Isles, and obviously there's a great big red dragon on their flag. So the place that we have been shown because Amanda and I went up to a place called Newcastle Emlyn, which is actually the last place the Dragon Energy was appeared. It was chased out. The Dragon Energy was chased out of Wales many years ago in this place called Newcastle Emlyn. They did a ceremony in 2009 where they actually brought the energy back into Newcastle Emlyn. And when Amanda and I went there, I did a little bit of work, and I connected that Dragon Energy back to the present day. We've looked at several properties up there, and this property came up after Christmas. It was sold, and then it's gone back onto the market. It is a retreat centre already. 2 absolutely incredible women have been looking after this land for 25 years. And they've been running it as a retreat. So it is a retreat already. So we found our home base, and as it stands, in principle, the property is £825,000, which is not a lot of money for the properties that we've been looking at, because they've ranged from 11.5 million euros down to 850,000, but around the 2 million mark. So this property actually has every single component that we were looking for. And I'll show you that profile now. We did mention it in the last video, but I'll show you again, because if people can replicate this model, it will give them a truly grounded basis to live on the land. And I'm not going to use the word self-sufficiency, because I feel that that's slightly isolated. You can't be in isolation. You have to work with the environment. But certainly it gives you the best chance of actually being really sufficient. So here we go. So the Heritage Healing Property Profile, and all the properties that we're going to be looking at, because this is going to be our first project, and we're going to try and create this ring around the British Isles of all these places that will have all the same components. And it will be a repository of information, wisdom keepers there. There'll be keys and codes that people will be able to go there and learn about all sorts of amazing traditional skills, crafts, growing practices, healing modalities, and it will all be, based on nature. So this is what we came up with, and this property that we found fits this bill. So the key elements in all of our properties that we're looking at is that there must be a turnkey business already, so that when we turn up on the property, we can turn the key and there is a business there already. This one, there is a retreat. We pitched an idea to a land hub group that was a hotel, and that was also a turnkey business. It didn't have 2 or 3 of the elements. So I'll just go through these quickly just to give you an idea, and then we'll look at the property and it will give you some idea, and then we'll look at the way in which we're going to finance this. Because one of the things we found is that many people have money, they don't really know what to do with their money. Some people are going to the banks to borrow money for these kind of projects, and we've come up with a way that we believe we can ask people within our energetic field to help get these projects off the ground. And because it's a trust, everybody who is involved in the trust will be a member of the trust, and they will share all the facilities and all the properties, all the resources, all the assets will in effect be under the stewardship of everybody who is a member. So it's a very magnanimous, very expansive model. So it has to be a turnkey business. There needs to be main building accommodation, i.e. a farmhouse in effect. There needs to be an event space. There needs to be additional accommodation, whether that's shepherd's huts or roundhouses, even caravans, tiny houses, Frodo's house. There has to be other accommodation there. In effect, we've realized that we need about 20 acres minimum for this kind of project. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to be growing very, very high nutritional vegetables, herbs, flowers that will actually, negate the need for some of these crops that are used in the mainstream that are basically only produced because machines can harvest them. But we're going to go back to very, very high nutritional foodstuffs where we won't need to eat as much. In effect, that's the idea, to keep the frequency high. Obviously, if you eat lots of food, your frequency is in the food. So to keep that frequency high, we're looking at herbs and vegetables that have a lot of nutritional value for less volume. So around 20 acres is what we need. We need woodlands and we need pasture land. We need access to a source of water or a spring or a stream. We need micro businesses on the land in that, and we'll show you a little bit about that in a minute, but there'll be things like beekeeping, workshops, events, there'll be camping, there'll be treatment rooms, all the good stuff, all the things that we all know about. We know we're not doing anything new. We're just presenting a model that we believe can be replicated. And hopefully, if people can come together and help us purchase this first property, then we will be there. We will be living with the land for 3 years, and we will then show people, we will embody it so that then people can then take away the knowledge and come and visit us and take it away and go and do it elsewhere. So right. It's very much, we're going to embody it. We're going to create an example of how this can work. And then we want people to go and replicate it. So micro businesses, polytunnels, which was mentioned earlier, workshop spaces. And then the two at the bottom are not necessarily part of the property profile, the property itself, but there does need to be a local community in effect. We don't want to be on the side of a hill particularly. We do want to be able to work with people within the local community. And the two ladies that we who own this particular property, they have people come in and do the fences. They have a guy who planks all their wood for them. There are various people who come in and work wood, and we want to work with the local communities. We don't want to be in isolation at all. So that's the property profile.
Good stuff.
This is Amanda's awesome little graph that she did. And as you can see there, right at the hub of it all is healing. And what we've realized is that there has to be a commonality for people within communities to live. It is a difficult subject to approach. When people come to live together, they have very, very different motivations. People can still be working through their own shadow work, which can be difficult. But we realize that if we put healing at the heart of what we're doing, we can actually work with trauma if we need to. And if people do turn up and they're absolutely exhausted and knackered and they've just got divorced, or they've got a child who's had some sort of trauma and they're traumatized, we can put them into deep healing straight away with our practitioners. So healing is absolutely at the heart of what we do. We really want all the properties to be retreats. It's a really major component, but as you can see, as Amanda's done right there in the middle, everything else revolves around the healing aspect. So that's kind of our model.
I love it. Do you know what? I just want to say this about it quickly.
Yeah.
Healing at the center, you've got, the abundance of nature and plants around you and the animals and all those natural frequencies. And the land, like you say, if you get the formula right, that's just gold. It just keeps producing beautiful things that we can make and sell and fund these projects with. So dealing with people, dealing with animals, dealing with the nature, and bring them all together in healing, in form of healing and stuff like that, and growing out those projects as well. It's just brilliant. So I just want to say that. So I'll shut up now.
Yeah, no, thanks, Matt. It's always good to have feedback because, like I say, we've been working on the proposition for quite a long time, and what we've realised is that if we can bring all these elements together, then we can offer such a rounded offering to the community that actually, every single kind of branch of what we're doing will actually work in symbiosis with the other branches. So we'll be able to offer fantastic workshops that then will lead to treatments, that then will lead to courses, that then will lead to people working with bee frequency, or with edible flowers, etc. So it's all together. There is nothing in isolation. So the property we found, or it found us, the property found us. It is an extraordinary property, and it's in Wales, and you can see it's in the star there. In southwest Wales. It's an extraordinarily Welsh place, actually. There's a lot of Welsh speakers there. It is very wet there, and it is quite isolated, but it's 20 minutes to Carmarthen, as you can see. It's 40 minutes to Swansea, and it's an hour and 10 minutes to Cardiff. So it's not too bad at all. And it is by the coast guard, by the coast as well. So it's a good location if you want to be away from people, but it's also not completely away. As you can see there, just above the star is Newcastle Emlyn, which is the place that Amanda and I went to visit, and you can see Carmarthen down the bottom there. So this is the property, and I'll just show you quickly. The blue line it's all woodland at the bottom, and then the red line, the red field at the top, that is actually a field. So the whole property is there. You can see the buildings in the middle. The blue bit at the bottom is all woodland, and the red bit is at the top, which is pasture land.
Yeah, at on the south of the property, the big sort of line that runs all the way through, that's absolutely gorgeous. I'd say stream, but it's almost a river.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
So this is just the floor plans, and obviously, because of the nature of us doing presentations and presenting to people, we can't take things out and put things in all the time. So we've included these actual. That's just the floor plan. So this is the house itself, and this is the view that you see when you go down the track. It's about a quarter of a mile down a track, so it's very isolated. You could literally put a Luton van across the track and nobody be able to get in. It's quite isolated in that way. So that's the main farmhouse, and then if you look on to the right, there's a little cottage there with a blue door. So the main farmhouse has got 3 bedrooms, and the little cottage has got 2 bedrooms. That's another view of the farmhouse. This building here is the barn. Now, Linda and Julie, who've been the guardians of this property for 25 years, they're actually set constructors. They produce and make and construct sets for theatres, for films and TV. Linda is an absolute master craftsperson. She's a woods person. Her father was a woodsman. She's a master. She can handle a chainsaw. She can plank wood, and they've done all the work. Both of them have done all the work on this building. That building there has got four bedrooms, and it's got an artist in residence space at the top. So that's the cottage.
Lovely.
That's the barn. This is the view going down into the woods. Some of these photos they've taken, some of them we've taken. This is and they're not in any order because I haven't really refined it that much yet. We've got so much bulk. We've realized that actually the whole presentation is in 4 parts, and it's probably about an hour and a half for each bit. And as we add more buildings to the kind of the project, we'll have to add more buildings. So we've got to kind of separate them out into different components. So that's the sitting room for the cottage, and I'm just going to go through these quickly.
Lovely. Gosh, they've done a really good job, haven't they?
Yeah, this is the artist in residence space, as we are calling it, which is the top of the barn, and the barn has 4 bedrooms downstairs, and it has this lovely space with the wood burner upstairs.
So the 4 bedrooms could be treatment rooms. They've also got the shower down there.
Yeah. So these are the bedrooms downstairs. Yeah. This is actually in another building, which is called the bunkhouse. and there's 3 rooms in this bunkhouse. This place is a retreat center, and they've actually had, I think, 60 people stay at this place. We've worked it out that we can have, with our plans, probably about 30 people stay there. But you'll see from the bunkhouse, these are just these bunkhouses. There's dormitories here, but they fold back. These bunk beds fold back, and you can have a treatment room in there as well. Linda's dad made these. So this is the bunkhouse. This is the stream. This is the stream at the bottom of the property. Bunkhouse again. There's a roundhouse here with a fire pit. That building you see there is actually their workshop, and anybody who's lived in the country knows they need a workshop. But it's an amazing workshop, and they've got 10 years worth of fallen wood there. They had a really bad gale there 2 years ago, and like shed loads of trees fell down, and they've worked the trees, so they're actually seasoning them in place. So what they're doing is they're air seasoning them. So they cut all the small branches off. They've just left the tree trunks just in the air, so they're being seasoned in the air. It's quite extraordinary. And Linda's actually planked a lot of the wood for the buildings in that workshop. So it's a very, very grounded place. It's extremely productive place. So that's the little rotunda roundhouse, and that's the top of it. That's looking down into the orchard. This is the veranda, and then they did have a yurt there, but they sold it. But that's actually got space for, I think it's a 16-person yurt will fit in that space, but they have yoga and things there. That's the bunkhouse again. You can see that's with the beds pushed back.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is the main kind of drag, if you want to call it that. You can see the entrance there and the barns on the left. That's the balcony for the for the barn, for the artist in residence space. This is the kitchen in the artist in residence space. That's the lounge for the artist in residence space. And as you can see, there it is. There it is. These are the bedrooms downstairs. This is the shower room and bathroom for downstairs in the barn. And this is the downstairs corridor in the barn. And they've built all of this.
Oh, with underfloor heating.
Yeah.
Wow. I can see a lot of life flowing through that, definitely.
Yeah.
It's been really well looked after, Matt. It's just the 2 women have been growing it and changing it for their needs, and sort of taking a little bit of land back from the wild and releasing other bits as projects go. It's really fluid, but it all done in such love. You can feel it. It's
nice as well. You don't have to kind of spend time renovating money going to that to bring it to a standard. So that's good as well.
Yeah, it's turnkey. All those oak walls they produced on the land.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
all that lovely wood. I bet that smells lovely as well in there as well with all that wood.
It does.
Yeah.
There's this gorgeous sleeper, and so she comes and she puts a little bit of thyme. On the wood, a bit of thyme oil.
There's a lot of love. You can see the windowsill there. She's put some oak on the windowsill there. That's one of the bedrooms in there. That's the shower room in the barn. It's a massive shower. I don't know how many people you can get in there, but more than one. And that's another view. This is the outside. You can see that they've used that beautiful bit of wood at the side.
Brilliant.
Traditional techniques. And outside she's put some lovely labyrinth maze designs on the wood there. That's the wisteria and leading up to the little balcony. So this is the cottage. This is the cottage bedroom, and this is the little conservatory dining room space looking out onto the garden. You can see there's a greenhouse there. Yeah, it's very wet there. I mean, you've really got to work with that, and you'll see it in the photos in a minute. All the trees are covered in lichen and moss, but it is extraordinary. This is the the sitting room in the little cottage, and there's the little cottage. That's the back of the house, of the main house, and that little conservatory there is an artist studio. This is the main house, bedroom. So obviously very rustic. This is the living room in the main house. There's the artist room, the conservatory, and there's the study and the office where all the admin's done, which is off the main living room. That's the main living room, and you can see that space there. When we buy this building, because we will buy this building, all the ground floor in the main house will all be communal. So this space will be communal, and the kitchen you can see through the doorway will also be communal.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. We're not quite sure of the configuration yet. In principle, we've got £650,000 in principle towards this property already. And we are looking for investors, and we think we might be able to. We've got a few people that we're going to pitch the idea to. It's a process.
I can definitely see craftspeople or people who use the land already to make their crafts, itching to get onto that land and start producing and making things, and contributing to the project basically. So, it's very versatile. I love it, and if you can kind of pitch to people who are using the land, especially as well, then I think hopefully you'll get the right investors, because it's already there for them to get their hands stuck in.
Yeah, we'll show you the investor levels, because we've had many conversations about how we're going to finance this project. What we really want to do is get this project up and running as the model, and it's about literally, once we've got this project, then people will be able to see what we're going to do, and it will be something that will grow quite quickly. I think within 3 years we'll have quite a mature property, because we don't have to do a lot of work. We are going to build some. We're going to build some shepherd's huts here. We're going to build a roundhouse as well.
Will you come back for part 3, because I think we're at 9, so unfortunately we're a bit short this evening, but I really want to hear more about that, because the more we can put this out there and get people interested in on that heart resonance level, then the more you'll get that investment and that energy into that system. So I'm sorry to cut you short, but
that's fine, Matt.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's difficult I don't want to be an estate agent. I just it's really difficult to not be an estate agent.
I don't think you could ever be accused of being one of those.
But what we found with it, we've looked at lots of properties, Matt, and this one has just jumped out, and it's got everything.
It's really high quality. I can see the amount of finish in that, and that's brilliant, because you don't want to, especially in places like in the countryside, you don't want them to fall into disrepair. So if you can get life into that will keep that system integral there. So really, I love it. I really like the location. It reminds me of the French cottages that I used to own in Brittany. So really good stuff. Thanks, Eli. I appreciate that.
Excellent. Thanks.
And hopefully we can get you on the week after next for the next instalment. That would be lovely as well.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Brilliant. Thanks, Amanda, as well. Well, thank you, guys. Another brilliant session. This is what I'm talking about. So much positivity. We've got projects going. We've got people doing their thing and really starting to blossom. So this is what a holistic lifestyle is all about. It's heart resonance. It's unity consciousness. And it's, shaping and creating your own reality with the community, around you. So I really appreciate you all coming on the call. And I hope to see you on the members call next week, where we have some more stuff for you guys. And I hope you have a lovely week ahead, and take it easy while these swirling energies go around, and try and get some grounding and tune into your heart space. And we should all be all right then. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.